Joey,
Oh man, I feel like we haven't done this in a while.
it's been a week that we haven't. We had a break.
It feels way longer than that.
Look how tanned I look. This is
Yeah,
concerning.
what have you been doing, buddy? You've been laying out in the yard, or is it snowing?
As my this is shut up. Actually, funny story. There's so many like cottonwood trees that are just like releasing everything.
Oh, dude,
And
yeah,
there's areas where it's like it's just snowing. It's wild.
yeah. Here
But
too, they were all stuck to the bottom of my shoe. We went out for a brunch for my
Ooh.
wife's birthday last Saturday.
Yes, happy
And
birthday, Miss Belinsky.
thank you, and I will pass that along because she doesn't watch this anymore.
She only watches Matt.
Shout out to the 30 people right off the bat. They're not here for us. They're here for the people on our
31
shirt.
now.
That's wild.
Drop a like, subscribe.
But yeah, those cotton things were stuck to my shoe. And then that day before we left, I decided, let me put my carpet mats back in my car.
No.
Let me take. They were covered in cotton.
Jeez.
Insane. Wild. Look
Like
chat's popping.
You know what? It's funny. My mom called the suntan for us larger people is browning the fat.
Rendering.
Yeah. Low and slow.
Oh man.
But yeah, I appreciate everyone's patience. We did take a week off for good reason. And it's been a bit of a whirlwind of a week and a half. But yeah, we're on the up and up. We luckily were able to keep this day because we got some big news.
We do.
Big
we
news.
do have big news. But first,
I think it's time.
I don't remember if it. I don't remember if it was the last episode or the one before that. But our good friend Jose at Unlimited Car Details sent you a nice little package. Remember? Sent you a nice little package. Well,
how could I forget?
He sent me another one.
What?
And I just want to take like 2 minutes and unbox this.
Hold on.
I think you have one coming. I'm just saying.
I saw Anthony all day.
I saw All Day Anthony got one too, and I kind of feel cool that like I got something that All Day Anthony got.
He was like finger twirling.
Yeah, he was fingering the tools. It was cool, but I'm just gonna unbox this real quick, and that way we can get to our special guest. But I just wanted to give credit where credit's due to Jose for sending me this package.
I would love that.
Now, I've already opened it, like the box, but I'm gonna reach in and grab things.
Oh, so it's not like an unboxing; it's just
it's an unpacking.
Unpacking, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I saw this already because it was on top, but this man made me a pack of custom towels with my logo on it.
Really?
Like what?
How do you even do that?
Like what? That's amazing.
Can't use them.
Well, they might, go to customers. They are dual pile, it seems. Dual pile action.
Ooh, oh, that ASMR though. Holy shit. We got like creature vibes?
Lower pile creature vibes, but this is that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see.
Do we have to share the website where he ordered them from, or is that like is the internet
I don't know. I don't know. There's an envelope here. What's in this envelope?
Look at this. Look at this question. No way.
I don't know. Should I put on the car? Should I put both on the car?
You have to put it like smack dab in the middle of the back window because I know you don't use your back wiper.
I want to do a delete. Is JB or Doer going to SEMA? Is that what? Well, listen, I applied for my SEMA badge, but they haven't
for us.
They haven't answered back. So I might just be camping outside saying hi to everybody else going in.
I'm assuming Dane is referencing the towel on the mic.
ASMR, yeah. So I have what?
Rest in peace, headphone users.
This is a Microfiber Madness Ultra Soft Detailing Mitt.
Ooh.
That's going to be nice. What else do we got here? A Milwaukee tool.
Okay. Speaking of Milwaukee, fine detailing, loves his what is that? Scissors?
Bro, these are all metal handle, smooth. Blades will not loosen. Bolt lock.
Left-handed.
Maybe both. I don't know.
They're ambidextrous.
Possibly. It looks pretty centered. So
they're Pride Month scissors. They go both ways.
Yes. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Oh boy. This is a Brandon Purdy special here.
Jeez. That blue though.
Yeah, I think he knows my favorite color, apparently. Let's see, what's this?
Mine's right. We're at 55 now. Holy
50. Oh my
crazy.
gosh. Sorry. People are just watching me unbox some stuff, man.
Unpack.
Oh.
Unpack.
We have another one of these. My wife will love this for gardening.
No, you did not.
Yeah, this is now there's one in the front and back. Party.
I tried it.
Party everywhere.
I tried it. Watering the grass.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a fan right there.
Hold on, there's a couple more things in here. Where's the camera? You can never have too many screwdrivers.
Okay, I will say when it comes to screwdrivers, okay, and people can fight me.
You screwing or are you driving?
Both.
Okay.
I screw while I drive. Now,
there he is.
I will say out loud, professional opinion, Robertson is the best screwdriver, bar none. Flathead, out of here. Phillips, stupid. Torx is pretty good, but Robertson's better. For you Americans, that's square. Robertson's was the guy. It's so much better.
I had no idea what the hell you were talking about.
Talking screw heads.
Well, now I get it now.
Flathead
I was like, I don't know who this Robert guy is. I never heard of him.
He's square. Oh man. Does that go to your height? Can you go toe to top of hair?
2 meters.
You don't know what that is, do you?
I do know what that is, and I know I'm under 2 meters. Okay, no, I'm above 2 meters. I don't know how tall I am. Actually, you're right.
Is that okay? What is that? Okay, a bottle opener.
A bottle opener and a screwdriver.
Like a stubby?
I don't know. Everything looks small in my hands, so you be the judge.
I like that.
I wish I had a bottle to open right now. And then
it's funny how certain cars, like I know certain iterations of the Volkswagen.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say you get an option, a separator in the cup holder was a bottle opener for all the European bottle cap drinks, not alcohol, because you don't want to drink and drive.
Did you guys have the Fender promotion where you could, if you got a vehicle that had the, maybe it was just a Bug. If you bought the Bug, you got the, you got a Fender guitar. If you got the Fender audio system in it.
Oh, no, I don't know. I have the Fender
thing.
System.
Listen. It's a bucket warmer.
Oh, you did not.
It's the infamous bucket warmer. Jose, thank you so much for all of this. Like, I don't know what I did to deserve this.
Right.
But I still have that like imposter syndrome, right? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are 54 people here? Why do people listen to me? You know, that kind of thing.
You've gone from not knowing how to ask for stuff to just stuff showing up.
Yeah, and I'm always the guy at like holidays that like I want to give. I don't want to. I'd rather give than take. And so this is like a new experience for me. But I'm very, very grateful for all of this. Thank you so much, Jose.
When I go to Christmas parties, I'm like, or if we have one at home, I'm in the kitchen doing dishes because I need it to be like, organized.
Yeah,
I can't enjoy myself. I gotta like.
Do you clean up like during a party? That's me.
I clean up as I go.
Well, like if people are like hanging out during the party and like the kitchen is like a little messy, I'm like, I'm gonna go do some cleanup. Yeah. I don't know if that's something you do.
Every once in a while.
Oh, anyway.
That was amazing.
Thank you so much, Jose.
Oh, so
let's get a bucket warmer in Cali. Yeah. Well, you know what? My wife likes when she goes through her cleaning, like her deep cleaning phases, she likes to have a bucket of warm rinseless that she cleans the house with. But this way she can keep it warm now. I don't have to keep refilling that. Is that no snow? What are we talking about here? Is this Sheepstar or is it the wolf?
Is that nose snow?
Do you know what that
Colombian
is? Do you have
snow?
Bam Bam? Shout out to Keith.
But hey, it's a big day.
It is a big day. Let's get to it. One of our bestest friends is here. Happens to also own a company, half a company. No, he half owns a whole company, right? I get that right?
Yeah. Sorry, I just got confused by a comment that I'm not gonna put it up.
This is why live is hard, dude.
I mean,
live
I know.
difficult because the comments throw me off all the time.
Yeah, no, we're not monetized. I'm
We're
not
not
getting paid anything right now at all.
No,
I don't think, at least.
I'm not. I'm done working for the day. It's been like
But
the longest week ever. If you know, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Lots of liquid glass everywhere. Let's just say that.
Elements, perhaps liquid elements.
Liquid glass. No liquid elements.
No.
I haven't used one of those.
No polisher yet. Speaking of polishers, that Merca though, or I'm sorry, the Merca lookalike. I get
the Shine Mate
easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seems to be checking some boxes. Doer, we're losing viewers. Not that I care, okay, but we gotta get them back up. And you know the way to get them back up? Oh.
Add a little mayonnaise to that sandwich.
Oh, a little mayo, get it back up.
A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without the tangy zip of Miracle Whip. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Mayo.
What's happening?
DJ,
look at this shirt.
That's a good looking shirt. That's
Are you wearing one?
Oh, it's not a Gainesville shirt. That's a big deal.
Hey, regional champs. You say that with some respect.
This guy, DJ Mayo. Did you see his video?
How big's your region? Your nether region?
Oh God, never mind. I'll leave you guys alone.
Like a dozen schools, 20 schools, 50 schools.
For our conference, 18.
Oh, that's basically Grand Ambassador of the Year right now. That's what that is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hey DJ, no Bradley. Bradley is on a plane right now. Bradley missed his flight,
so
we don't know where he's at. Jeff is tracking him. So Jeff, if you could give us an update in the chat, what state Bradley is over.
I do want to say something though in regards to getting paid. If anyone wants to, we can't even accept super chats right now because we're not monetized. But if anyone wants to buy Bradley an alarm clock, can send one to him. Maybe Jose can send Bradley an alarm clock. He was supposed to be
That'd
here.
Be amazing.
Supposed to be here, but somebody decided to sleep a little bit longer. And
when you wake up at 6 a.m. to oh shit, I missed my flight.
And unless you have the Porsche money, you're not flying private. You're flying, commercial. So they don't wait for you. They can't just,
DJ's face alone made 3 more people join this stream.
They're probably like, I know that guy. 2 months ago, he was
between TRCMA and his 12 hours of screen time that he got there.
Oh, the most out of anyone.
New like 2 minute and 58-second video introducing these 2 new products. This man is an internet superstar.
I was literally getting texts all day from like all these different groups of detail people like, dude, you're in 4K, man. And I'm like, oh, yeah, about that.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was a lot of fun. Bradley got to come up for a few days. Got to hang out, do some fun stuff, catch up on some videos and content. That's one of the things that we've been in pursuit of is doing some more in-house content around our own products. It's so that was one of the first steps, and we got a shop to do it. We figured why not.
And that was a big request from a lot of the customers. At least I think it was maybe the end of last year. There was a post in the Facebook group that was like what did they want to see from ADS in 2025, and like the top answer was more content.
Yep, we're getting there. We got some more shop space. I know Jeff and Bradley have been working around the clock trying to get that set up. We're basically utilizing some of the warehouse space for a mini detail content space. So that's a work in progress, but hopefully we'll all be set up and we'll be able to do everything in house a lot more consistently.
That's exciting. I'm excited.
I like that.
Yep.
I like content.
So,
we know Jeff loved it. He got to go shopping at Obsessed Garage for a bunch of accessories. So
of course he did.
He was in his happy spot.
You know what? Jeff saw my picture yesterday of my my measuring cup of Clean APC, and he was like, I know where you got that measuring cup from. And you know what? I sent him the screenshot of my receipt from Amazon, and I told him I honored the source.
Yeah.
Mr. Bezos.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, because everyone that doesn't happen because so many people have asked you where to get your little OXO measuring cups.
Yeah, yeah. So I needed a bigger one.
Yep.
And I also needed to reach like a minimum for the same day delivery. So I ended up with that one. But yeah, there's
they get you with the same day. You know, it's everything that same day is like the $12.99, $14.99. They're like,
dude,
for $8.25, you can get this in 6 hours. And I'm like, I'm
sold.
I'm like, I gotta find something.
Oh, so that happened to me the other day. So like I realized like 9 o'clock at night, we don't have any coffee beans for tomorrow morning. So I was like, I gotta re-up and see if they're available overnight. And they were, but they're not $25. And I was like, what do I get? And like the first thing I saw was a 48-ounce bag of trail mix. Fuck it. Let's put it in the cart. Check it out. My wife woke up first that day and I said, hey, I think the coffee beans are outside. I think they got delivered. And she thought I got 2 bags and I could hear her laughing because of such a large bag of trail mix now. That's been just like living off of it the last
That's a lot
days.
of nuts. A lot of nuts.
I like my nuts, man.
Look at this bougie guy. Look at my measuring cups are glass only, baby. Oh.
Jeff is very like I don't know where he gets his bouginess from. Like I'll tell him like, oh, this is my favorite drying aid, and he's like, I only use ceramic spray sealant. Money.
I think we pay him too much.
I think you do too. You need to reevaluate that. When's his annual performance review?
Yeah. Can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
Actually, we should have had it on this right now. That would have been
Jeff,
hilarious.
come on in.
If we do like a 180-day performance review live, that would be wild.
Oh man. I think that would be a great video.
That would be wild.
How cool is this?
Jeff.
AT4. I'm off to this car show in OMAC to show off TRC and ADS product results to the masses. Have fun, guys.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I can't get over the amplified glow on my red. That's just something else. I have to buy a towel because it's clogged as hell. But
I did a dry application of Amplify the other day because I had nothing better to do. Car was looking good in the garage, and I was like, I'm just gonna wipe it down with Amplify. And man, like as a drying aid's one thing, but by itself is like it's like 2 different products.
Well, you're not naturally diluting it. You know, that's
exactly
that's the thing. You know, it's people look at drying aids and they're like, oh, well, I'm like, well, it also has other uses. People just associate that product with like necessarily a drying aid, but for all intents and purposes, it's basically a quick detailer, but can also be utilized as a drying aid.
Yeah, and like the slickness, like is beyond great as a drying aid, but like when you use it by itself, you go, oh, like if you want to feel the slickness, like use it.
Oh, if you're on a dry panel, it's noticeably more slick than a drying aid.
Or as quoted, if it was any slicker, the paint would fall off the car.
I heard Matt say that today, and I was like, Matt, that's a poor excuse for saying Amplify is in second place to you.
Yeah,
Matt, at least it's not third best.
Well, always third best, baby.
Yeah.
Third best. But let's get to the meat and potatoes, DJ. You got 2 new products that launched today. Do you have any left in stock for these people?
We have some, I believe, some clean left, and trim is on pre-order. But we should have the rest of the bottles really soon. So we're hoping to. We did a little bit differently this time. Now that we've been growing our dealer network, we wanted to make sure that our dealers had inventory. So about 2 months ago, I reached out to all the dealers and made sure that if they wanted inventory, now was the time to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather ADS be out of stock first.
Sure.
So I want all of our dealers to get their hands on it and have an opportunity to do it. But no, I mean, today's been extremely successful. It's going really quick, and I think people are going to be really excited because it's one of those simple kind of solutions, but it's one product, but it replaces multiple products. There's so many different uses for it. It's super easy to use. And I think me and Bradley, we priced it that way, obviously for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just going to check so many boxes for so many people that I think it's going to be a very popular product. It's just I think people are really going to be happy with it.
I think it's come such a long way because like knowing little details from behind the scenes, there was this like ongoing joke that, for like the last, what was it, like 16 months or so, that DJ is working on a $500 a gallon APC. And that was like the bane of your existence was like, how do I get this thing to perform the way I want and not cost $500 a gallon? And just to like to see the weight off your shoulders now that your baby's out in the open and it's affordable and it performs just as well. I mean, it's been a journey,
and it's hard. Like and it's funny, and I know I referenced this before, but as simple as an APC is, it's very complex to do something that's different. Just because it's like soaps. Everybody has a soap, a tire dressing, and some kind of cleaner, all-purpose cleaner. Like, these are the ones that it's very hard to differentiate yourself from what other people are doing. Not that what we did has probably never ever been done, but it's
you just put a plus at the end, right? Everything just has a plus, and that's how you're different.
I mean, the fact that some of the surfactants that we're using don't have to be rinsed away. Like, we're able to borrow some surfactants from rinseless technology. Like, I don't know of anybody else doing that because, when you want to use it in the interiors, even 2 years ago, if you were using a 10-to-1 APC, you felt obligated to come back with a pilot, a damp towel with your rinseless on it, just to make sure that you weren't leaving a residue, nothing sticky.
Yeah.
Can you still do that? Absolutely. And sometimes it might be the best solution, but you don't have to do that now because of the technology that's kind of incorporated into it. You can kind of pick and choose your cleaning power that you want simply by just changing up your dilution ratios. But I mean, I all day I can wipe down very delicate surfaces on interior, and you do not have to come back behind with something, which just makes it, again, it simplifies the process and it just makes it easier. And therefore, when something's easier, it becomes more fun. And, we want it to be more fun for the consumers, for the professional. Like, we don't want it to be a headache that you have to get out 13 different bottles to do, all these different tasks. If you can simplify your process, it becomes more manageable. It's easier to train new people. From a business perspective, it's easier as a consumer. You don't have to have cabinets, full of 30 different SKUs, so.
Hey, we're about that life, Juby and I.
Yeah.
Not everyone's built for it.
Yeah. What I find craziest about Clean was we first got exposure to your CMA, and that was a little over 2 months ago.
Yep.
And you didn't even
shout out to spraying it on the paint and not knowing what was in
we
the.
We just raw dog the hell out of that. But you guys didn't even have a name for it yet. That was the craziest thing. You're like, it's versatile as hell. Don't know what we're gonna call it. Leave a comment. Maybe we'll pick one.
So I've had this name. So in September, October, November of 2022, before we even launched, I have a whole bunch of information on stuff that I wanted to do from a name, a color, a fragrance, like perspective. So that's been something that I've had for a while.
Okay.
Clean was also one of the names I was considering at one point for Pilot, but I think Bradley came up with Pilot, and I just love Pilot way better. So then once we started talking about APC, I went back through my notes from 3 years ago, and I was like, dude, what do we think about Clean? It's to the point. It was not in reference to anything else. It was what we wanted. It's something that we've already had in the back of our mind, so we just rolled with it.
Ooh.
If you know, that was one of our previous guests. What an episode that was.
Man, hell of a time. I do appreciate Brandon's comment, though. Clean is as good as Forced and uses a pre-wash, but 5 times as versatile.
Yeah.
Because Forced freaking hits.
Yeah. And so I told DJ this yesterday, but I had a last minute detail last night at like 7:30, and I didn't get inside.
That's not even last minute.
O'clock.
That's last second invasive. I don't care what you're doing. I need my stuff done.
Well, the whole thing was I had everything out to wash my own car. I was just going to do like a quick 30-minute wash. Wasn't going to mess with the wheels or anything. And I was just like waiting for the sun to go down a bit, and my neighbor noticed, and he was like, "Hey, want to trade? Like, we're going out of town. I need the car cleaned up." And it's his work truck. It's also a daily driver. He's a landscaper and tree removal and all this stuff. So just imagine what's on the inside. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So my fault on like setting my own time expectations, but yeah, like the truck's covered in mud, right? Like all the lowers are covered in mud. And my normal go-to would be a citrus cleaner, and it would probably have been forced, right? And forced is you can dilute it, but it's ready to use. Yeah. But I mixed up clean 4-to-1 and I foamed it on, and it melted it right away. It's a very good, it's interchangeable with forced. Absolutely.
I do like the versatility because yes, for us, we're not really after the versatility as much as say a pro or somebody that does this for a living, right? We can be a little bit bougier with it because we'll probably use it on the outside because we have a lot of interior stuff. But if I had, let's say for example, kind of on the topic of the work truck, but if you had like a work van that doesn't have floor mats, it's all like kind of the vinyl flooring, I would just spray the crap out of that, long handle detail factory fender brush, bit of rinseless, send it to town. Like
having a bottle of like a citrus APC is like just having it on hand is like it's nice. It's comforting to know that I've got this to knock off something that won't, nothing else is taking off. But back to your point of like, how do you make an APC sexy? How do you make it cool, right? Like no one really goes, oh, an all-purpose cleaner, I'm so excited. But yours is different, and like one of the big selling points is it doesn't make you cough.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. One of the biggest things that we could do to make our APC different than not everybody, but a lot of the APCs is actually making an APC. Mm-hmm. Many people have these, very caustic, soda, degreasers that are just pre-diluted, and they sell it as an all-purpose cleaner. Mm-hmm. Well, caustic diluted is still caustic. It, obviously there's different levels, but it's when we say all-purpose cleaner, if we're going to put that on a label, we really want, whether you're a professional or a business, we really want it to be an all-purpose cleaner, not a all-purpose cleaner.
But not the interior.
If you only dilute it here, if you don't use it on the interior, and only on Tuesdays and Fridays, like and I'm like, I don't need a hot all-purpose cleaner. We already have
some purpose,
really good.
That makes me cough, but that's like
tire cleaner will rip your face off.
Yeah, and like I was cleaning these meaty boys last night, and I was just like, yo, these I'm coughing from the it was a nice transition to use clean. After using something that was making me cough just because of the amount that I needed to use.
100%. I think I saw Mike G said this earlier. If you have a car that's coming in and you already have a customer comes in and they have, a whole bunch of solvent-based dressing, you're going to want to go to town with probably heavier diluted tire cleaner and or some kind of solvent.
Yep.
Clean is not what you're going to reach for in that situation.
No.
If you have a customer who comes in, you see them every month, every other month, but you're only using water-based dressings, which is what I recommend. I think solvent-based dressings are completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
But if you're using water-based dressings and they're coming in every month, every other month, clean is going to fill the need for what you need a lot of times. I mean, very rarely are you going to need, I think Mike called it the sledgehammer versus, the all-purpose cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, like using it. I mean, I know you can use tire cleaner at 4-to-1, for maintenance of wheels and tires, but like clean now, like you can foam that on, and you saw the browning on Mike's video.
Yeah, I watched that today. It was pretty substantial.
There's a lot of content out, man. You guys, you were very strategic.
I mean, I remember Aban at TRCMA he looked at me and goes at dinner one night. He goes, "Hey, DJ, what shampoo was in that foamer earlier?" I go, "That was our all-purpose cleaner." He goes, "Can I get some of that?" And I'll,
you better get that man some.
But yeah, he was surprised to see that was a cleaner and not a shampoo.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it come out of the foamer, you would think it was a shampoo.
And that's the other thing that we wanted. You know, we've tested a lot of APCs. There's a lot of great options, but once you got past the 4-to-1, foam became non-existent.
Kind of wet bubbles.
Not that foam is necessarily, you know, sometimes you don't want foam. It really depends, but you know, because I mean, in the people who have used it, you have probably noticed that it's a thicker formula than you would probably be expecting.
Yeah. So it's like it's like a not quite as thick as Robitussin, right? But like it's
got
almost
some viscosity to it.
Yeah. It's almost got like a medicine quality to the liquid.
And that was the thing, you know, changing the viscosity, the way that the surfactants were blended, like that's why, especially with our trigger sprayers, I mean, literally at 30-to-1, I can literally do a couple sprays on black leather, take a whatever your favorite interior scrub mitt is, lather it up, and you will produce noticeable foam.
That's honestly one of the few ways I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it with your trigger.
That's literally a half ounce in a 6-ounce bottle. I mean, it's literally a half a splash.
I love a foaming interior cleaner because I need to know where I've been. That's what I use it for.
Yeah.
But it'll rinse free. So that's the other thing is, you know, for me, when we don't do a whole lot of nasty interiors, but when we do, you know, clean it 10-to-1, 20-to-1, whatever we're doing, and then we use like, you know, a lot of the airlines, you can literally let it dry. Obviously, I don't recommend doing this outside, but inside of a shop, you can let it dry, hit it with the air gun. I mean, and it's, I mean, there's very little to wipe up because it doesn't leave that nasty residue that most APCs do. It's a clean working product. Clean just also happened to be the name.
Yeah, dude. It's what's the fragrance in it? It's because it's not, is it fruity? Is it tropical?
It's oranges. It's just it's like orange basket is like the name of the.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Joey, I think when we raw dogged clean.
Sorry, I was like, where are you going with this sentence, Stuart?
I think it was nice. We didn't know what was in the sprayer because we just sprayed it on, and we were with Adam, and we're like, all right, let's grab a bottle and spray it on. I don't really care. And I'm like, oh, like this is doing stuff because we hadn't used it before that.
Yep.
And I'm like, this like it had a pretty strong odor, but I'm like,
I sniffed it and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
what that is. I can't tell. Like I kept sniffing it, but like I wasn't coughing from it. So that there's I was like, oh, this must be soap.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming, and we're like, it's pulling stuff off of that car right now. And then we're like, what is this? And then we're like, oh, it's clean. Okay, okay. I'm like, consider me sold, if you will.
Juice Free says he needs an interior cleaner that can clean glass. Do you know any?
I know stuff.
Have you used ADS Pilot?
I have. Guess what? It does both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, Pilot is not a dedicated glass cleaner, despite
what Gabe Garcia.
Even though TRC literally has a photo of Gabe sitting in the car spraying up at the glass, and I'm like, nowhere on the label it says it. It's just an off-label use.
I look at it as if I do spray like a door panel or the dashboard and it gets on the glass, I can easily wipe it off and it happens to clean it while I do that. It's not my dedicated glass cleaner.
Yeah.
I don't reach for Pilot. If for me, every single car that comes to our shop, we only use Adapt with For the Wind towels for interior glass.
Mm-hmm.
And then every exterior glass, if it's not getting glass coating, it gets Amplify. That's just our process. The way we do it is my orange For the Wind towels are Adapt. My blue For the Wind towels are Amplify. My pink For the Wind towels are Panel Prep because it matches our color. So I have a process. That way, my OCD, because, you know, towels and pads for detail businesses are actually your biggest expense. You're going to have more in towels than pads than you really do chemicals. So for me, I like to have a little bit of a color code. That way, those towels, if I pick up an orange towel, it's only ever seen Adapt.
Yep.
Not that if you're, you know, washing them and taking care of them, it's going to hurt nothing. But my blue towels have only ever seen Amplify. My pink towels have only ever seen Panel Prep. It's just for me, I like to have a system, and it just makes it easier because I have a guy that helps me a couple days a week. It's also just easier for him. I don't have to say, you know, it's in order in our cabinet.
It's color.
When's the new guy getting his Porsche?
Yeah, what the fuck's going on, man? Are you like? Do we at least have like a rental Porsche for SEMA?
No.
Have to get Shane to rip down in the panty.
Ooh,
that'd be wild.
So hold on. There's a couple questions here. I want to make sure that we
answer some of these top ones.
Yeah. So clean in a foam cannon. I'm assuming this could be. Can you use it, and like how would you use it?
For me, I mean, there's a couple ways you can use it. You can spike your shampoo. You can use it just as additional treatment. I mean, it's not going to have the same lubrication as say like decon soap would. I mean, they're different. It's still a soap versus a cleaner.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, a lot of like if I have a car that's really gnarly that comes in, and like the whole front end is covered with bugs or something, I have a couple of foam cannons. I'll have one that's already kind of pre-mixed, a few ounces of clean in a foam cannon, the rest water. I'll do like the front end and the rockers with clean just because you get the citrus. It really kind of helps break down the protein more. But then I still use decon soap. Sure. I mean, for me in my business, the way we're set up, I use decon soap more than even Shampoo Plus. Just because we do more cars that are either coating maintenance jobs like every month or every other month versus or jobs that we're prepping for.
Yeah.
If I did more like, every other week washes, cars that were like always really, really clean, I think Shampoo Plus would probably be more than enough. But we go through decon and just more. But that's when I use it is on something that's really messed up.
Decon and clean were like the two heavy hitters on that truck yesterday. Like they took all, like I still only did a 1 bucket method on it because I knew between the clean, the decon, the rinsing, it was safe at that point.
Yeah, because you e-foam the whole lowers or all of the lowers.
Foamed 3 ounces of decon soap on top of that and just let it dwell till it couldn't dwell anymore. And then gave it a very thorough up, down, on my head rinse. And it was,
Clean's probably going to take up a lot of people's, your trigger sprayers, your pump sprayers, your IKs. It's going to be your pre-treat, your isolated areas. If you have a car that comes in, and because for me, I'm a very big component of having really clean door jams, like when we do our paid services.
Yeah.
So when someone comes in, if they got really bad door jams, I'll foam them down with 4-to-1, 10-to-1, whatever, clean. And then I close the door. I let it sit while we foam and wash the car. I come back 5, 6, 7 minutes later, pressure wash it. I don't even touch it. And then during our final cleanup, it gets the bulk of the grease and all the nasty stuff out. So that way, when I come back by for my final wipe up, Adapt does all the rest that I need. Now, if it doesn't need a whole lot, I skip that step and I'll just do Adapt at the end. But if it's if a car comes in and it's never seen a professional detail in its life, clean right into the door jam, let it sit, pressure wash off, 0 contact. Adapt will be your final finish.
And then this one says 4-to-1 in a foam cannon or pump sprayer. I did 4-to-1 in my pump sprayer just for the mud. But would you do the same in the foam cannon or just a couple ounces?
A couple ounces. So for me, I put like 2 to 3 ounces in an MJJC. So I'll do 90 to 100 mil, let's just say. So like 10-to-1 in a foam cannon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do just want to bring something up because I know people are going to ask it. So I thought we would just show it. So we have the SDS here. That's already on your site.
Yep.
And it's showing here a pH between 10 and 11 for those that are wondering. So it's
it's great. Like for how well it cleaned, like you would think it was one of those like 13, 14s that you were spraying on. But like
and
you
just
said,
because it's a 10 or 11, you can still use it in any of the black IKs. I mean, yes, they're more suitable for acids, but it's more than fine in this for those wondering. And those that didn't know, the black IKs are for acids, but also work. I mean, again, this is right in the middle of not quite the top, but not quite a neutral or 7, if you will.
And you know what I completely forgot about? It's like the whole reason that we're here. But like, if you guys are interested in saving a little bit when you purchase clean or if you find a bottle of trim in stock. You can use promo code Detail Grind at checkout. That'll save you 10%. It is an affiliate code. So we do get a little bit of a kickback, and Dewar and I can probably get some maybe higher quality coffee beans.
Maybe.
You know, maybe we go on like a tour of coffee.
Ooh, that'd be okay. And yes, we will, you know, whatever we, because this will be a joint thing. So whatever we make from this, we'll be sure to let everyone know and thank everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Joey and I have our own codes with ADS as well. I had my first order today, which was super cool.
Nice. I always my whole approach to this was, you know, if you were viewers of our previous podcast, sometimes we would do these launches, but we would like give everyone's code, and then it was just like, you know, it was random, like who likes who more. It was a favoritism, whatever. I just wanted to take all that out of it, so we have one specific code for the podcast. Exactly. So if you want to save a little bit and support us, then Detail Grind at checkout at armourdetailsupply.com. Get you 10% off.
I see a couple of good questions.
Please. Let me here I see flag.
And Ryan brings up a good point about having the SDSs. There is one for Trim Plus as well. So if anyone's curious about the PPE and things like that, it's up there.
Yeah, we'll get to Trim Plus. Trim Plus is amazing.
SDSs have to be within like 2 clicks from your homepage legally. So,
well, thank you for following the law. I was going to say, not want to have to visit you in prison.
I feel like that's easier said than done at times.
Here's one. Is Clean citrus base? Yep.
Yep. Orange oils.
Mm-hmm. And Sean was asking if I had a bottle. Yes, Sean, I did receive it graciously. And full disclosure, Jeff and the team did send me the stuff, and yeah, it's banger.
This guy, like your unboxing package that you received was
Hi, Dane.
See you, Dane. Oh, Dane's getting a haircut. Dane's gonna look even sexier on the next Q&A next week. His hair has been dialed in.
With that haircut, he'll be a dad by Father's Day for sure.
Oh boy, when is Father's Day? Isn't that coming up?
It's Sunday.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Maybe get some coffee.
Juice Free wants to know if it has D-limonene in it.
Ooh. No. Nope. It's
D-limonene.
Orange oil.
Right on.
If we would have gone the D-limonene, it would have not been totally safe for some interior surfaces.
Right on.
Which brings us to a good time, right? A question that just came in, and it is totally safe on the interior at the proper dilutions.
Yeah, so just be mindful of what you're using it on. I mean, again, use your best judgment. You know, labels can say one thing, and obviously those are written as accurately as we can.
Yeah.
But if it's something, you know, and this is in general, this isn't just for our products, this is for anybody's. If there's something that you are not sure if you should use it, either two things: one, try a small spot, or just don't use it.
Yeah.
You know, it's always better to, you know, use something that you're 100% sure that will work and safe until you have the information available. But yes, there's nothing on the interior that you can't use it at the right dilution. Just be mindful that, you know, 4-to-1 or 10-to-1 on center consoles, piano black trim, you know, at that point you might need to come back with something else just to be safe. Not that you're going to hurt anything. It's just good practice.
Yeah, definitely.
Totally clean, or I'm sorry, totally safe for the interior. Now, oh God, I wanted to just touch on this one just to get this one answered. I didn't want to ignore it. Can y'all cover Microfiber Madness? Seems to have very little reviews on a brand as a whole. This is my first Microfiber Madness item that I have, so I will let you know if I like it. But I haven't tried any of their stuff. Have you, Dewar? Or is
I haven't. No, I've just seen what Matt does, because I think Microfiber Madness was Microfiber Tech before.
Okay.
I don't know if it changed or if Microfiber Madness just took over.
Yeah.
But I know I think it's a little bit more difficult to get. I don't know if it's as readily available.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I haven't tried it, but if I can get my hands on it, and I'll let you know how this little detailing mitt works out when I get a chance to use it. David Boyce, this one is a little off topic of the clean, but still with you guys. DJ, talk about your clear 4.5 gallon buckets. Are they new to your lineup?
Yeah, that's a Jeff and Bradley thing. We just
place blame. Oh, now I'm sensing some tension here.
No, it's good. We obviously, you saw like our mystery buckets that we did with them. Yeah, that was kind of our first launch with them. But now we have the wash, rinse, and wheel vinyl, decal set. So it only made sense to have a bucket to go with it.
Yeah, totally. Like I everyone knows how much I love my teal buckets, my carbon collective buckets, but I was tempted by these, but I know that like I'm not like very careful with my buckets, and I'm sure that these would get like all scratched up in my hands.
And also,
look how good those look.
We have the bucket dollies that we have are the ones with like the 4-inch casters. So those are the robust big boys.
I call those the runaway buckets because ever since I switched mine, they like I'll look down the driveway and it's in the street.
Oh, I got a kick out of Brandon's video with the rollerblade wheels. That was freaking hilarious.
Oh, that video! I literally texted Purdy and I was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen."
It was so good.
When his wife drove by and threw the box out the window, I was like, "This is great."
When he planked on it.
Oh, it came sliding into the screen.
I lost it. That was a good one. That was
really good.
Oh man. How much is a gallon, and is it dilutable? Yes, it's dilutable.
Yep. $49.99 for a gallon.
I thought this thing was like $100. I was like, DJ, it's like what, like 70, 80? It's gonna be 100 after tax.
$100 Canadian, baby.
Well, I'm slowly becoming Canadian, so maybe that's why I thought that.
Let's show the exact price. Let's do that. So yeah, here's a gallon here. So for my Canadian brethren, 69. Nice.
Oh, we only have 67 viewers. We did have 69.
That's okay.
We had 78.
The 16 is $15.
78?
We did, yes.
Dang, thanks to everybody who's hanging out with us. Purdy says, "Hey DJ, I know you've considered this, but will you be making the gallon version of Clean available with an empty labeled 16 ounce with a spray head?"
Probably not. Probably not right now. It's another SKU. It's another, it just adds a lot of logistics to the warehouse. If
you don't want to stress Jeff, you don't want to stress Jeff out.
Yeah. If the time comes, and that'll be their decision.
Yeah.
But as of this moment, no, both forms will just be concentrates, ready to go. If you have a bottle at home, we have sprayers on the website. You can mix and match and do what you want. But
I like that.
Take this out. Take this out.
Because I know the tire cleaner and the wheel cleaner I think work best in the actual ADS sprayers.
They atomize better, so you just get better foam.
Yeah. Do you find that the same with Clean? I mean, not that a lot of people are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get like you definitely get a boost using them with our sprayers. It wasn't necessarily by design. It's just kind of how it came out.
Right.
But just because you don't get less, you're not gonna miss performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been using tire cleaner, wheel cleaner. I've been using them in IKs. The tire cleaner is if you're doing like full pulls of the trigger, it's like it still foams up on the tire for me, like to my satisfaction. Wheel cleaner's a little bit thicker, so I find myself kind of just going like this up and down each spoke, and basically painting the wheel with it.
Sheep had a good question.
I was waiting to pull it up because we haven't brought up Trim Plus yet. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, hold on. Did I go far enough? Yes.
He did.
Yeah, we can do that for Trim. I mean, what we got? 750?
Yeah.
Was there anything else good with Clean?
Let's see. Did we touch on all of that? We got another question about the buckets. Are they chemically resistant or are they easy to scratch up?
I mean, I take care of my shit, but I'm sure.
If you're just tossing brushes and stuff in there.
It's a really hard. I mean, my wheel bucket looks just as good as my wash and rinse. I mean, I don't, I'm very adamant about having clean stuff. I don't put dirty stuff and throw stuff around.
Yeah.
But I mean,
oh, dude, it's driving me crazy because I finished that detail at like 11 o'clock last night, and like normally I'm like meticulous, right? Like I clean up everything, I rinse all the brushes, I hang them all. Everything is just sitting in the garage, and it's eating at me right now because I want to go put it back to normal.
So Sheep's asking about an extractor question. Oh, here we go.
So demanding.
Is clean safe to use with an extractor low enough foam levels? So like a little Bissell spot clean or something like that?
That's a good question.
I have not used it with an extractor. I would not use it as like extractor shampoo. Like I would mix it in my extractor. I would pre-treat.
Yeah.
And then use the extractor at that point.
Yeah, I would.
Question
I
from
would.
Facebook I'm going to get to.
Because they do make dedicated extractor like shampoos to go in your mix tank that are very low foaming. I would stick to that.
Because I know what I've done in the past is I'll have my carpet system that I pre-treat, like the PNS carpet system, for example, but I'll just have water in the tank of the extractor, and I'll just kind of like mist it on and then like agitate it all and then just suck it up. And that's been fine for me. I mean, I think the only real way to know is try it, honestly.
Yeah.
But I would put so little, like you even with like the actual, like the Bissell dilution, for example, you need so little of that.
Oh, dude, I always go too heavy on it, and then I'm extracting for hours trying to get all the soap
foam
out.
city.
Yeah, I don't like to put anything in extractors. I like to just pre-treat, do my own thing outside. Yep. I literally only use the extractor to extract. Literally, I don't do it for anything else.
Bradley, the real MVP.
Sheepstar
extractor foams too much.
Sheepstar is picking sides now. But I did say I would ask this question from the Facebook group from Ryan. It says, I know we talked about this, but like, if you could just give an answer to this question, what's the big use for clean over tire cleaner?
Ooh, I like that.
It's going to be, it's just more versatile. It's not that it's a replacement. As the brand evolves, you're going to have overlapping products in some capacity, right?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. If you have a bottle of, your IKs ready with your 4-to-1 clean and it's already ready, wheels and tires, you're ready to go. If a car's coming in and it's really neglected, I would probably grab my tire cleaner. I mean, it's really a case by case. It's not a one or another solution. It's what do you have available? What bottle's full, and what does the job call for?
I think when you have it and you have it at your dilutions and you start using it in your routine, you'll see where it fits in or where you can substitute it and use that and maybe get a quicker result.
Yep.
Wes says, when do you use clean on interior, I guess, versus Pilot? I don't want to have to bother Bradley on Instagram.
Oh, geez.
If Pilot's not cutting it for you, that's just when you use clean on an interior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. How I was saying I was using PNS Express last night on my detail because I didn't have enough clean left. But at what, like 10-to-1, 20-to-1, would you say is like maybe comparable to like an Express?
Express. Yeah, maybe like a 15 to 20 to 1 would kind of be like an Express.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I still have Express.
Yeah. I just know it's such a widely used and common product that people like to, in their head, like, what can I compare this to?
I've been using Express for 6 or 7 years, whatever it's been out. I mean, I still use Express. I haven't been using it lately, but
sure.
Anytime Pilot wasn't enough, Express was kind of like my first reach to.
Got it. And that can, and now clean can kind of be the
is that correct. But now again, if a customer comes in, like my monthly customers, or somebody comes in, it's very obvious that they've been taking care of their car. It never sees Clean or Express. It's just it's Pilot with an interior scrub pad.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, does probably 90% of what we see in our business.
Yeah.
I know other people, it doesn't line up that way. But for that other 10% where I need something that Pilot doesn't check the box, 20-to-1 clean is kind of where I start.
Like my cars will probably never see clean. Like I can't think of a thing I would need clean on, and like not even my engine, right? Like I just use Shampoo Plus in my engine. But it was nice to have just, it was like the stars aligned, right? We had this to talk about the new products today, and I needed something to really like put it to work, and having that truck last night was perfect. Because otherwise I would have just like, cleaned my tires with it and been like, hey, this is great. It worked. But Clean's not the only product that launched today. I know it's not
at all
in stock, but Trim Plus is, I had been saving a vehicle for Trim Plus like for months. And I like the trim on this vehicle was like dog shit white, like been sitting in the sun for weeks, like just void of all color. And I was like, this is going to need a replacement. Like, I don't think any trim restoration product is going to
save it,
fill in how thirsty this thing is. And I cannot believe how black it made this trim. Like, the owner said, holy shit.
Yeah, I really think Trim Plus is going to surprise a lot of people, because I mean, it's literally you get the best of like the dye world plus the protection of the coating world.
Yep.
In one point. Or in one product. So it's again, it simplifies the process. I have literally taken our black trim, put it on the middle of a white hood, wiped it right off like a coating. It was still crazy slick and still hydrophobic, but it's not going to stain something. You don't have to mask off anything.
Nope. See, my for the longest time, my routine has been solution finish, like that. Like, someone comes in with faded trim, I know how to use solution finish inside and out.
That's the de facto.
Solution finish is still the OG of the trim.
Yeah. So when I went to go use Trim Plus, muscle memory kicked in, and I just went to town like I was using solution finish, and I said, hold on, maybe I should read the instructions, because maybe this has some learning curve or something. But it doesn't. You literally just massage it in and level it off.
Yeah.
It couldn't be easier. And like the fact that you get 50 mils, like you can do a bunch of cars with that. I mean, maybe a couple Honda Elements, but like a bunch of vehicles.
That was our thing. There's another restore and protect product that's 30 mil for $59.99. And me and Bradley were talking, several months ago, and we're like, dude, this is way better than that. Like, not even being biased, like, we're the first ones to tell you if we have something that's not good. We're like, dude, this is way better. Why don't we give them almost twice as much product, but for 20% less? So we're like, if it doesn't become way more popular, we're like, holy crap, I don't know what it is. But
we did something wrong at that point. But yeah, it is like, I used a different product on the Mini a few months ago, so that one wasn't a candidate. So I was very glad that I had the Lexus to try out. And Mike G's right, like Trim Plus even enhances good condition trim. So like, I'll probably be putting a new coating on my car here soon, and my trim is I don't have much of it, but it's in very good condition, and I'll put Trim Plus on that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have been asking me for the past couple months is, I'll get a text message or something, hey DJ, I got a new car. Should I use, should I wait for Trim Plus, or should I just use a paint coating? One, it's personal preference. You can use either. You got a couple different scenarios. If a brand new car, comes into your shop for service, can you use a paint coating? Absolutely. Is it still going to look awesome? You bet. Where Trim Plus comes in, even for a new trim, you're going to get more contrast. That black is going to be a little bit extra black. You're kind of you're enhancing the car. Kind
of like when you coat a matte finish.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be, people are like, oh, they see Trim Plus as a restore. It's not just, I can only use this if I have 5-year-old neglected trim. This can be on a brand new Tesla. It can be on a 5-year-old. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's where you want to do it. Where you see fit. If a brand new car comes in and you're just running through, quartz coating, phobic, hammer out the trim with whatever you're doing on the paint. If a car comes in that's 2 or 3 years old and you see that the trim is not up to par, you can either 1, include it in your price, or 2, offer the customer an opportunity as an upsell service with trim.
Yeah.
You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just a matter of how you want to offer it.
What's a good ballpark for like trim restoration on let's say like a vehicle with a standard amount of trim?
In Florida, $475.
Oh yeah, I had a good conversation earlier about headlights.
So example, we did an avalanche for some of our trim videos. It was
That's
actually
fine.
it was actually my dad's car. He actually came back like a week ago, so we could finish the rest because obviously we only did a small amount for the video purpose. But if that was a retail customer, granted, an avalanche is probably on the top tier of ones that would take the most and cost the most. For something like that, I like in my shop, I probably would have charged like $300 to $400 for that.
So you were right, Doer.
for an avalanche. But now let's say somebody comes in and they have a
I'll
use my Toyota Highlander as example, the one I just traded in. The front bumper, the rear bumper, all the plastic wheel arches, the roof rack rails, something like that. I would probably do like $200 to $250, and it would take me about 60 minutes, and that's including like the prep, because I would still go around the car with our tire cleaner. I would still scrub it, some kind of scrub pad brush. Really, really make it clean. Then you're going to want to make sure it's as dry as possible, quick panel prep, and then you're going to go in with the trim.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was my next question. Because I know with Solution Finish, Chris always says, anything alcohol based to remove some stuff. But I mean, tire cleaner, it is kind of a vinyl type material, if you will, or plastic. And then panel prep to just kind of flash it off,
dry it all out. Yep.
Me and Bradley, we saw a big difference in on that avalanche. We did one side where we didn't prep it, how people like at home would do it. Like we were trying to replicate like what the average person would do. And then we did one side where we scrubbed the absolute crap out of the plastic. I mean, really got it clean. Just using tire cleaner with brushes and towels made the trim already look way better before doing the prep, before doing the trim coating. And like a couple hours later when we were done, like after lunch, the side that we put some more focus on with the prep work, it dried noticeably more even. It was blacker. The other side still looked great, and 99% of people would have been more than content. But there is a difference by taking that extra, few minutes and doing it the right way. I mean, it is such a long-term, semi-permanent fix. It's like, if I can get something for 12, 24 months as a repair, I'm not going to skip out on the 10 minutes to make sure I'm giving myself the best opportunity to get every bit of durability out of that product.
And think about it. Like if the car has been taken to the car wash regularly or whatever, like the trim's probably, caked up with wax and this and that. Like giving it that deep clean is going to open those pores up and accept that dye and the coat. You're going to get a better job out of it. It's the same thing with the paint coating. The prep work is what makes coating better. Exactly.
And I think too, it's almost, if someone getting a new car, I would almost like push them to do this, because it's just going to help longevity wise. Because I've seen so many cars, like Joey said, with wax residue, or if you're polishing and you're not using a polish that's easy to remove from trim, and it's like, oh man, like this is just a freaking nightmare, because then you got to work on that. And like
nothing pisses me off more than when that happens. Like when I have to go back and now degrease the trim or whatever because it's got polish on it.
So I remember when I think Meguiar's had a number 39 or number 40 product that worked.
Oh, the vinyl and rubber cleaner.
Yeah, getting rid of that, which is now discontinued. Of course, they got rid of a good thing. But I've heard of people using like school rubber erasers to remove stuff too. But I mean, like if you can just avoid that. But I mean, like nothing sets off a car, I think, more than dark trim, especially nowadays where so many vehicles have so much plastic trim on them. It is nuts. I mean, even like the Tiguan is crazy. I mean, even just putting it on like the side, and then even like the mud flaps, I think is top notch.
Like Steve said, I can probably like my cowl. Like I think I'm in this like stage of denial, right? Like my car is officially 4 years old or whatever. Yeah, the warranty just went up, so it's 4 years old. Yeah, and like I don't want to admit that like it's not brand new anymore. So like I'm taking the like precautions of like, moisturizing those door seals and stuff like that. So yeah, the cowl's probably a good point to throw it on.
And you want to know another good hidden use, an off-label use. A lot of these modern cars now, you open up the hood, the engine bay is just covered in plastics, right?
Yep.
Go to freaking town with Trim Plus on your plastics.
Yep.
Not knocking anyone who has a engine bay dressing, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But same story. Open it up, clean it, go to town with some tire cleaner at the proper dilution, take your air gun, your egos, get it nice and dry, your manifold covers, your air box, all that stuff. Go to town with Trim Plus. It'll completely change just the cleanliness of your car. It's the small, like for me, when I get into a car, everybody's paint's rolled up. But if you got good door jams, your windows are clean, your engine base clean, like that kind of stuff.
Framing the vehicle.
That's next level.
Yeah.
Cleaning. I mean, I wish I didn't trade my Highlander in because I had all these different testings on it. Like literally the morning before I went to trade my car in, I'm out here in the shop running around like a madman, coating the rest of my trim so the people at the dealership don't think I'm crazy. But no, I mean, the plastics on the inside, I mean, it elevates what the car looks like. And like you show that to a customer, 6 months down the road, the customer goes to change their oil, whatever, they open up, they're like, wait a minute, why does my engine bay still look good? And it's because you spent an extra 3 minutes on it during their coating service to do all your plastics.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was like I was watching Matt's video with the Amira that he like took out one of the cowlings and like coated it with CSL and XO because he's like, this is a very open area where all the water drains into it. And he's like, it'll just beat off right now for the giveaway winner, which might be one of us. Who knows?
I should send Matt a Trim Plus. I think OG Matt would love Trim.
Yeah, I think I know he's used regular coatings on plastic before, but I think that there's guys out there that are getting, because I mean, Matt's often buying, kind of these unicorn cars. I mean, look at the Evo, look at the M3, that are all, 8 to 10 years old or whatever you want to call it. But even just for the new stuff, and I mean, be perfect for all the new stuff. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yep. Can we talk about how Matt said Amplify is slicker than drying aid? I heard it. I also brought up the idea to Matt and Alex. I don't know if I brought it up to Bradley, but I think we should have like an episode with Matt and Bradley on. I think that would be an entertaining episode.
Since he couldn't be here today.
Yeah, he's got to make up for his absence. So
that's right.
we might as well bring him on in and
it's late
also
enough
bring in
the
one
day,
of his favorite people.
It's late enough in the day. He should be on time. It's not first thing in the morning.
Exactly. Oh man. Let's see if there's any more questions we got for trim. Oh, well, like to answer Sheep's question, how faded can the trim be before it doesn't cover it?
If there's even any pigment left in the plastic, it'll bring it back.
Yep.
So
I
for
can
example,
attest to this.
My dad's Avalanche, all the side pieces were completely gone, but you can, once we cleaned it, you could see like a couple speckles of black here and there.
Yeah.
There's a top strip piece that's 7-8 inches wide. It runs the whole top. It was 100% white. Because it was 100% like on the roof, even though it was part of like the trim piece. I did multiple layers of that, and it made it look better, but it didn't really make it black. Like it made it black, but it was almost like it almost made it look like an off gray.
Right.
It still looked way better than it was. But I mean, if the trim is if trim is to the point where Trim Plus cannot bring it back, it's beyond like repair. I mean, at that point, I would just take it off and use like a SEM black trim paint like that. So I showed my dad photos and he was like, well, what's the solution for this? I'm like, to make this look like the rest of your plastic, we would have to take the 5 hex keys, whatever out, take it off, scuff it up, paint it black, put it back on.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised at what it can take. I mean, rear bumpers that have like the top part of the bumpers, because that goes first on everybody's car because it faces up. I mean, windshield countings that a normal paint coating would only make look okay. Trim Plus the last year for me. I mean, these cars come in, and I still use paint coating just because I'm still surprised myself. I'll use Quartz or Pro, and I'm like, oh, that looks really good. And then I do a spot next to it with trim. I'm like, okay, that Quartz doesn't look so good now. Now trim looks really good. Then of course you got to, take a cool 50-50, send it to your customer, and let them know.
Yeah.
I think trim restoration is my favorite 50-50. Like people love their paint correction, whatever, but trim restoration 50-50 does it for me.
It's what people see first. If you're walking up to a car from 10 feet away and you got, really nasty running boards, you're not going to be like, oh man, that guy's got some swirls in his fender, but you're going to see that the black plastic running board looks great.
I noticed their trim and their headlights first. Those are the first two things I noticed.
Plastic roof racks.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Some of the photos that I'll be in here in the shop by myself at 1 o'clock in the morning, standing up on a car taking 50-50s, like sending them to Brad, and I'm like, dude, this shit's really good.
Yeah, I know the Outback of my kind of like the 2018-ish generation. They have the thickest black roof rails that are just a canvas for a coating like this.
Mm-hmm. Are those the ones with the texture, like that the towel just gets stuck on? That I'm thinking
They're like
of?
4 inches tall, and there's little grooves in like the side. And
there's one vehicle that's roof rack is like it's textured, but it's to the point where like it will grab your microfiber, like kind of like on the microphone here.
Right.
Juice Free says, does P&S Express say you can dilute it on the bottle? No, but you can. Does it say it? It's 1-to-1.
Yeah, it just says 1-to-1.
For like
I know that cleaning. On I actually looked at the site when they were when you asked that question. The 5-gallon does say 1-to-1, but I don't have the bottle of the 16 or the 32 or the gallon to know.
Got it.
But if the wording is, I've diluted 1-to-1, 4-to-1. It's straight. I've used it all.
It's a pretty safe chemical. Trim Plus versus Adams Black Trim, ceramic black trim restorer.
Mm-hmm.
I have it because obviously I've bought way
all
too
the trim
much, of other people's stuff. That one is going to be kind of like, that one's actually a little bit more. It's more messy and it's not nearly as long term because that one's more of just kind of like a dye without the protection.
Okay. I was going to ask you. So you said you were layering it. Is there a time limit, or it's like just keep adding it?
So on like really bad trim, I go like, and you're going to know what bad trim is by just looking at it. If it's a newer car, a once over, let it sit for a minute or two, short nap towel, knock it off. But if you apply it the right way, honestly, you don't really have to knock off a whole lot. Like it does self-level pretty good. Now on oxidized trim, Avalanche, for example, you want to apply it kind of heavy. You're going to find out where it soaks in. You're going to see spots that look a little bit wet, spots that look a little bit dry.
Sure.
And, in about 10, 15 minutes from the time you apply it, you're going to know where needs a little bit more on the really oxidized trim.
Okay. So 10, 15 minutes, that's fine. You can go ahead and apply another layer.
It's not like, and it's not like 10 minutes from there. If it should be all level. If not, you'll have to do another little spot, but you'll know. Now, obviously the worse the trim is, the more product it's going to take. Because it kind of soaks into the pores and does its thing. But you'll know really quickly like where you can go and where you can't go. Once it's on for once it cures, 4, 5, 6 hours later, it might kind of reject itself a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would just say, when you're doing panels, if you're going to do like a test spot or a 50-50 for a photo, do it, get your test spot, and then finish the panel. Don't leave it till the next day.
Okay.
This is how I know Joey and I are so good together. Is I was literally about to click that question, and then it disappeared because he had already done it.
We're a good team.
Oh yeah.
Is there a shelf life once it's opened?
6 months.
Nice. That's a good shelf. I mean, that's pretty good.
A good shelf life as well. Yep.
Yeah. And I remember back in the day when Brad said, because when Phobic came out, I know that was a question. And they said, just because it's been opened, we say 90 days, you can still use it after. It just may not react or work the exact same as then. Is it kind of the same with this? If you use it after the fact, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to be, after that safe window, it's just like Phobic. Like you mentioned, if I was to pull out a Phobic from a year ago, it might only give me a 10 or 15 second flash time because the solvents and everything have already started to work and expire. The two things that make these coatings cure is light and air.
Yeah.
So the lower my bottle gets of trim, phobic, core, any protective product, the faster that curing process takes place.
Let me say, I have a bottle of phobic from launch last September. My OG bottle that still probably has like a third of it left. Yeah. And I keep it super tight. It's on the shelf back there. It's always indoors, dark, whatever. I'm still using it to this day. Like just on an applicator when I'm, like replacing badges and then need to coat over it or what, like it's still working to this day. So like it's a very robust product. The 90 days is that's the safe window, but I mean, I may be the odd man out, but how long? 9 months later, 10 months later, like it's still working.
Yeah. Just be mindful. All these chemical manufacturers just give you best case scenario. And that's how labels are written too. So if you use something that is not on a label or something that doesn't call for it, doesn't mean it can't work. It just means put a little bit of effort, make sure you pay attention to it, and just just kind of be open-minded with it.
It's like it's like a Best Buy date, right? Like they have to put that on. Like your milk says Best Buy this date, but like 2 weeks later it might be okay. They just have to put it on there.
Yep.
Does Trim, Jeff C says, does Trim Plus work on rubber seals and trim or only plastic?
It can. I'm not a big. Can it? Yes. Do I do it? No. Just my personal preference. Things that are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the rubber gaskets and stuff.
Flexible.
I guess you can use flexible. I don't want anything to kind of curate on that.
Yeah. You don't want it to degrade its performance.
Do it. I think rubber, like that kind of stuff. There's other solutions that are for that. I like it when it's soft.
I'm a big fan of.
I like hard surfaces only.
I'm a big fan of Coach Chemi PSS. I do all my seals with PSS.
Yeah,
Plastic.
Exactly.
Here's a question from Wes. Clean at 10-1 for maintenance, wheel and tire cleaner. Will it affect Ghost? Good question.
If your Ghost is relatively new, no. If your Ghost is on the back nine, it'll probably dig into it a little bit.
Okay.
Shout out to golf references. There we go.
And I did see another guy. I want to make sure I answer this question. Who had an issue with Ghost? The biggest thing with Ghost, one, it's very contingent on the type of tire. Even when I do it, sometimes I have some tires where I get it to last twice as long as what we recommend, and then I have certain tires where if I get 45 days out of it, I'm in a good spot. The biggest thing with Ghost, I forgot the guy's name. I saw him, Tech Driven. The biggest thing with Ghost to prep a tire is use a solvent, something like a KCX Ulex, a Stoner's Terminator. No matter how, you can go around the car with 2-to-1 tire cleaner, and it looks great. Dry the tire completely. Spray some Stoner's Terminator or whatever, mineral spirits, whatever you want to use, some kind of solvent. Go around the tire. You will be very surprised at how much more comes off by doing that step. Yes, it adds a few extra minutes to the process, but if you're talking a longer term, it's like I'd rather spend an extra, 90 seconds per tire, so that but I'm getting an extra, 30 days, 45 days of durability for that. So
Terminator just sits in my wheel bucket, like it's part of the process now, because like nearly everything is going to get Ghost, so I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Yeah, just because your foam from tire cleaners or APCs, whatever you're using, is clean, does not necessarily mean that your tire is ready to accept Ghost.
Yeah.
Especially if that tire has seen some kind of solvent-based dressing in the past.
Yes.
How do you remove solvent? With more solvent.
Yep.
That's also another reason I can't stand solvent-based dressings. They're just water-based dressings are good enough nowadays that I think solvent-based dressings are, some people will probably argue with me, but I think they're irresponsible and I think they're unnecessary from a consumer perspective and from a manufacturing perspective.
I can tell the moment I hit the pressure washer to rinse the wheel and tire, I see the black sludge come off and I go,
it's terrible.
Yeah, like it's you want to turn like 10 minutes of wheel cleaning into 30 minutes of wheel cleaning, like solvent based.
Yeah. You're welcome, Daniel. Thanks for chiming in, bud.
I like
protection time.
Protection
time of trim. Sorry.
What was that last question?
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, I was it a question or was it a statement? I read it quick.
Excellent price on your guys' new trim product. $1 per mil is legit. A competitor's similar product is twice the price per milliliter.
Thank you. I mean, we literally, we priced it our reason, on purpose. It's so.
And so can they do, is it like, I know it's out. You said it's out right now. Are they able to do pre-orders right now?
Yeah, I'm hoping in the next week and a half or so, we can keep on rocking. Again, we wanted to make sure that our dealers had as much inventory as possible. So I know we are out of Trim Plus, but I mean, we have, Clean Garage, Car Supplies, TRC.
If you do want to purchase from TRC, Detail Grind does have a TRC promo code that'll save you some cash as well. That's DGP TRC. If you want to get Trim Plus or Clean or whatever from TRC, you can use that as well. Also an affiliate code.
Mm-hmm. And I think TOC Supplies also had it on its way for the Canadians. And
yes, TOC does have it. Announced today. Carzilla did not get theirs in time, but I'm assuming next month Carzilla will have it as well.
Okay,
right on.
Beautiful.
Right on. Now, I know people were asking earlier, like, did I miss the giveaway? Did I miss the giveaway? Because we're not the giveaway channel.
No.
But you had a couple things you want to give away, right, DJ?
Yes. We're going to do it a little different this time. We didn't want to like open up the floodgates and do that because, as ADS grows and as much fun as some of the other giveaways were, we do have dealers that we have to take into consideration as well. And it was just from a platform of everybody just launching Friday morning was much easier. But yeah, hopefully these two guys have some good questions and we can do some giveaways.
I am excited. So we're going to do 2 giveaways. I think that's what we agreed on, right? Do you know what each one is going to be, or is this a like dealer's choice?
No, the first giveaway will be a $150 gift card. Just to the website, you can get whatever you want.
$150.
Yep. And
holy moly!
Is my burner account eligible or?
After yesterday, there's too many burner accounts.
Okay.
And then the second giveaway will be obviously it'll be a pre-order, but it'll be a 16 ounce of Clean and a bottle of Trim. If anybody who wins that giveaway has already made a purchase for Clean or Trim, just message me directly and let me know like, hey, DJ, I already got that, and I will I'll swap it out for whatever else if you don't have something.
Wow.
Right on.
Wow.
And if you do win that gift card, you can use Detail Grind at checkout and, get an extra $15 out of the deal.
There you go.
Wow.
Dewar, do you have a question? You got a good question?
Wow.
It's been a while since we've had to do this. I'm a little rusty.
Wow. So 2 questions, right?
2 questions.
And what we're going to do is we can actually do a chat overlay so nobody freaks out.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we have that feature.
So I'm gonna type it up the question first.
Ooh, Dark Dragon's going. He wants those buckets. You better get ready for the question. Dewar's the question master.
All right,
get those answers ready.
Okay, so I will bring it up as here.
Quartz on all my trim now. Looks great. Good job, Z-Web. I want my customers' tires to look good for more than 3 days. Man, what are they driving through?
Oh, also to answer Mike G's question, yes.
What was Mike's question? Did I miss it?
I think Mike G probably blocked you, JB.
Are there considerations question to make the 30 mil coatings more user friendly? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff in the works. Working with some new technology from overseas.
They don't even tell us, guys. Like as chummy as we are, we don't know what's coming. We have no idea.
Again, me and Bradley will always live by the motto of if this is not something that I would incorporate or Bradley would incorporate into our own business, we will never sell it. I don't care if the margins are the greatest, the product's super. If it's something that I don't see value in a day-to-day detail environment, I'm not gonna ask anybody else to see value in it.
Your products don't exist for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
All right, so we're going to.
Question, Mike. Thank you.
I have 2 great questions. Well, I think they're great because I made them.
They're always great. If they're as great as your segues, they're perfect.
All right, so
you guys notice how Doer's headphone also matches the shirt?
I think, yeah. Oh yeah,
Code Detail Grind. Thank you. All right, I'm just letting the
you
comments.
You guys can also see more of Doer at oc.com. Only calves.
Doer's got the strongest calves I've ever seen.
Oh man!
Head on over to www.oc.com/.
I know Joey got a bottle opener in the mail from Jose, but I can pop those bottles with my calves.
Oh,
so
he can crush a watermelon.
Just to keep everybody in the loop, the most recent comment is going to be at the top. So the first one that we see, again,
what's up,
visible
details?
for everybody. What's happening, guys? All right, so what do you see? Bring up the first. So the first one is the first giveaway. Okay,
$150 gift card to ArmourDetailSupply.com.
Insane.
If I don't have your contact information, email me. We'll figure it out either way.
We will. We'll put the email on the screen for them to contact you.
This is kind of, have to be in a little bit, but not really.
The build up.
I like to make people wait. Okay, what do you say now?
I got goosebumps.
Question: what city was Brad from ADS in this past week?
Ooh, good question.
I got.
Where was he?
I should play.
If you know, you know. I'm almost out of clean. I should play. I got an ounce left.
Does Chloe have a YouTube account? You can just comment with that.
No, but Chloe has a highlights reel on my Instagram. If you want to check out like the latest, cutest photos of her, those are on my Instagram reel. That's my cat. That's what I do this for. All this detail grind money is going to go.
I finally see the first one I see.
Holy shit.
They're coming in hot. The first one I see.
Oh my, what a delay.
Detailed Therapy. That's the first one I saw.
That's the first one I saw. Congratulations, Detailed Therapy.
I have YouTube up on a second window.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys asked the question, there was like a 7-second gap, and then it just flooded with answers.
Oh, man.
All right.
Congratulations. DJ, what is your email address to contact you to claim the prize?
Sales@Armour Detail Supply.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So we'll give the chat a second to kind of catch up a little bit.
I know a lot of names, but sometimes I don't know your guys' undercover YouTube accounts.
Ryan was very close. Ryan was very close. He was the second one.
Fine Detailing's already disqualified.
Yeah, they literally came in at the exact same time.
Timestamp Detail Therapy.
Yep. That high-speed internet. That's right. So, and if anybody, just watch back the recording and you'll be able to see. But
you know what else was cool? I forgot to bring up.
Hilarious was this.
City doesn't tell Brandon Idaho.
Yeah. Like,
do you know what I thought was cool, Doer?
What's that?
I don't know if you ever got it, but if you guys are subscribers to the Rag Company newsletter, we actually got a little call out in the newsletter with our logo and everything, linking people to come here. Went out to the millions and millions and millions and millions of people on that mailing list.
Yeah.
There can't be that many millions of people, but there's a lot of people on there, I bet.
Tons. All of them. I was going to pull it up, but let me just see here.
I just, I thought that was a pretty cool flex. Like, I don't know.
Oh, it wants me to log in to see the newsletter. That's okay.
No.
Not doing that.
Oh,
I'd pull it up.
Change our business name.
But you know what? Before I actually get to this next question, we got a bit of a.
Is that morning glory? What morning?
A bit of a bomb to drop for our viewers. Somebody very special to all of us is going to be dropping something as soon as we're done.
Oh yeah,
and That is Rick from Rad Garage, ladies and gentlemen.
A Friday evening video.
Yeah, because like this guy, I think he works harder at trying to figure out the YouTube algorithm than he does at his day job. So, and it's just not clicking. But hey, Friday night, post us.
John's my man.
All 60. Oh, geez. That's true.
The TRC newsletter led him here. That's fucking cool. Pardon my French. We're family friendly.
Okay. We're not monetized. Nobody's getting paid here.
I don't want to scare off the new viewers.
Well, somebody better tell Rad we're going for 3 more hours.
Woo! We got to beat Matt's record.
That
Rad,
being said,
you can launch tomorrow morning.
But no, that being said, Rick is posting a Friday evening. Maybe have a watch party. All 66 of you, please go over there and check it out. Rad Garage.
Yeah, check out Rad Garage's channel.
It's after
this.
It's my dream car, the Audi RS6. And
the RS6?
Blue. Yes.
Avant.
Yes.
One of my dream cars.
Like, talk about you could hustle. You could hustle your homies in that car, okay? Like, just think about that. Just think about that. Just think about it. 4 sets of golf clubs in the hatch. 3 of your closest buddies. I mean, think Joey, Alex, DJ, Brad, or Jeff, whoever wakes up in time.
How big of a TV do you think I could fit back there?
At least
because you could do a 60. You could do a 65 in a GTI.
I'd say at least 75.
Okay,
at least.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Like plus your sound bar. Oh man, what a car! But Rick said he's got a little tricks up his sleeve. He said it's his hardest work ever that he's done.
Hardest? Does that mean
and
like
to quote him exactly in our chat, I spent double the time ensuring I was optimally capturing the action.
Oh, you know what? I do want to give Rick praise because his earlier videos from, let's say, like 4 or 5 years ago, he was notorious, and he would admit this himself. He was unable to capture the 50-50 in the paint with the camera and the light. He's much better now. Like his newest videos, I think he's got it down.
That Amazon slider.
I always forget I have one, or my wife has one. I should use it.
Now, the next question. For a bottle of Clean and a bottle of Trim Plus, with the asterisks of if you ordered, you get some specialness from DJ down here. Anywho, what do you say we're bringing that up? Again, the chat overlay is up. Okay. First one we see. I will give everyone a second to get their internets ready. Please call your supplier.
TJ's ready. TJ's ready.
Hot and ready, like a Little Caesar's pizza, baby. All right.
When you said that in the
first
text
one,
earlier, everyone just lost it.
What color is Amplify?
Ooh. Do we want the hex code?
Ooh, I need
the Pantone. The Pantone color.
We need the Pantone color.
Yeah.
Details is out there with Bearded Hunter. Cool dude. Yeah, he's a great guy. Tell him I said what's up.
Oh, Bearded Hunter's an absolute beauty. I don't think I've seen the right answer yet.
I think Armour Detail Supply answered correctly.
Hey, congratulations, Brad.
Take a bottle off the shelf.
All right, let me see. So the first one that I saw was X6M Ghost, I believe. That's the first one that I saw.
He also said yellow, but that I think may have been a dig at like old Amplify that left all the boogers in the bottle.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, X6M Ghost looks like is our winner there. So congratulations.
Congratulations, man. Again, sales at armourdetailsupply.com. I'll put it in the chat again.
That's why
don't you have a cool email address like DJ at armourdetailsupply.com?
So when I sell my piece, it can just go to the next person.
Disc jockey at ads.com.
Smart. Everyone's meeting the Bearded Hunter. That's
Love
awesome.
That. Man, what a great person to meet, though.
He's a very nice guy. He is a very nice guy.
boogers.
Now everyone's like, "Oh no, I got old Amplify. What happened?"
What version is Amplify on? Like 2 or 3?
2.
2?
I mean, it's been out for like 16 months, 17 months.
So I didn't. Well, you know, I always get a version that's like a version behind. Like only
the color and the fragrance changed. We had to take so our first one was teal, but the yellow didn't sit with the green, so we had to take the yellow dye out.
Yeah,
I think Carlos just making up his own questions here.
I think a lot of products are plagued by that. Like if they're that teal color, like I have a few that get a little gummy. Or that like have killed a sprayer because of it.
Yep.
Clean is orange. It's like a red orange, I think.
Yeah, it looks darker, obviously in the gallon, in the bottles because it's also HDPE bottles. But once you dilute it, it's not like a bright orange, but it is orange.
Yeah. What are people saying? Are people arguing over the color of Amplify? What are people saying? It's orange?
Everything for Carlos is orange.
Yeah. That's how he likes. And that's the thing. If there's any discrepancies, you can go back and watch the video. We got the overlay. So.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Well, is there...
if he wants orange, I would say Adapt, probably.
There's a whole gallon of Adapt right here.
Yep.
I love it. Like, so I'm still finishing my gallon of V1 Adapt, so I'm excited to try V2, even though I know that's also been out for like 16 months.
Right. Baby steps.
Because when I buy a gallon, the guys go, "Oh, thanks for buying. You'll love the new one that we're working on." And I'm like, "What the hell?" Like that.
You'll love it in 3 years
without fail.
You need more neighbors.
I do. Well, I need to talk to more neighbors. There's only a couple I like.
You just gotta go down the street, just showing all people.
DJ, I'm an introvert, man. I don't like people most of the time, right? So like, I don't want to talk to them if I don't have to. The fact that I have to do a podcast every Friday is a job and a half.
Best time to do one.
I'm kidding. I love you guys.
And we had a week off, so
we did have a week off. I feel a little refreshed. I mean, a week off to celebrate birthday for a whole weekend and then go into like the busiest week of work for the year for me was I should have planned that a little bit better, but this is a nice way to close out the week, I will say.
Oh yeah.
I will say.
Yeah, because we're already in the second week of June.
Man.
It'll be November before we know it, boys.
We're gonna have root beer floats and
drinking from boats.
Man. We going to the buffet this year?
Not the same one.
We gotta go to a different buffet.
We're gonna go to the one where Dr. P stayed last year.
Okay.
Shout out to Dr. P.
Yeah, that one hits different.
What are you looking forward to?
My first time in Sin City.
What are you looking forward to most, Stewart?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, you have no idea what's in store.
I'm looking forward to the fact that it's not the middle of summer, because I've known people that have gone there in July, August, and like melt.
No, it's
whereas
miserable.
November I think is appropriate.
Yeah, I think I had shorts a couple days. Like it's mild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super nice that time of year. I mean, it's like 50s at night, low 70s, high 60s during the day.
Yeah, in the summer it's when like during the day and night you get like no relief, right? So like you're walking around sweating, being like, "Oh, I can't wait for the sun to go away," but then like you're still hot at night.
Yep.
No, I'm excited about Vegas. I'm excited to have all you guys as part of it. So hopefully we can get the fam together one of the nights and maybe do a second night with some other people. So
who's manning the grill is what I want to know. Who's cooking?
I mean, after the halftime show, is it? I mean, the choice is pretty obvious right now.
Matt, if you're watching, you are also invited to come by to our place.
We're gonna have to get that apron back.
Yeah. I'll.
Can we get someone in a random Uber to come up and interrupt?
Oh my God!
We'll have Brad do it.
It's Vegas. I think you could just like put a Craigslist ad out there and somebody would show up.
Oh, Tech Driven's in New Jersey. I know your pain, man. I lived in New Jersey till I was 12. hates the summer. Yeah, nine. You got to shower like 2-3 times in the summer if you're doing anything outside.
Last night we had 80% humidity, which we never have, and I thought I was going to die.
80%?
Yeah.
No, man. Like, I am so spoiled by the weather in California.
Yep.
That alone will keep me here. It
was annoying because there was like a rainstorm coming, but it was still super hot. And so it just got muggy. And oh my God, the asparagus. But yeah, right now it's only 29%, which is normally where we're at.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 29 is kind of like where we hover. Like a couple of weeks ago, it was approaching 40, which was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like 40, I can start to feel it. I'm like, no, I don't want this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come here.
Right.
No, dude, I know. I know better. But like, see, like I like the East Coast. Like I like the seasons, right? Like I like places that have seasons, but like I don't want to go visit in the winter and have to drive in it, but I also don't want to visit in the summer and sweat my nuts off in it. So I'll need one of those little Milwaukee blowers like Matt said today.
That was so funny. He's like, why would you have a little handheld blower to blow your nuts off? Like, God. That's right.
Geez.
Rick knows, and like Rick is in the hail pocket, right?
Oh,
because they just get so hammered with hail. Like, thank goodness Rick only has one vehicle because he needs to get that sucker inside.
I'd be curious to see like an alternative timeline Rick in a different location and how his garage or details would adapt.
You mean where a coating survives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if Rick and I switched places.
Right.
He'd be out there in a tank top, flip-flops.
Does Hey Dude make flip-flops? I think they'd have to.
I don't know. It's a good question.
A Patagonia tank top.
Brad says juice free. If you order, you're getting stickers, mints, air fresheners because we love you. Use Detail Grind, and he'll give you extra air fresheners.
What you should do is buy the wash hanger. Those things are top notch.
That is pretty cool. Or if you need a new pressure washer gun, I got mine from Armour Detail Supply.
I don't know if the discount code applies to that.
It probably doesn't.
That's okay.
It probably doesn't.
Does the discount code work on the new products? I guess is my question.
Of course.
Okay, cool.
Of course.
And we also have wholesale accounts. Like if anyone has a legit business with a tax ID number, fill out the wholesale account. You get discounts all year round.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
We're literally two small business owners. We want people to get products for good products at a good price. We want you to make money. Like if you have a business, fill out the wholesale application. It's a no-brainer. And our wholesale application is still free shipping over $125. We don't limit it. So if you have a wholesale, it's not wholesale or free shipping. It's wholesale plus free shipping.
Double dip, baby.
Yep.
Can y'all make a button I can click to add extra mints? That would be Jeff's belly button. If you tickle his belly button, he may give you extra mints.
Just tell Jeff you think Delta Airlines is the meta, and he'll go crazy.
Shout out to Status.
Here's a question: is the wholesale account different than the pro account?
Really? No. I mean, it's the pro account is pro access. The wholesale account is business. He knows that. Come on.
He's he might be he might be playing dumb for the camera.
He's not just another pretty face.
In that case, great question.
There we
go. Is there anything else that you want to touch on?
I think that's about good. I think we've covered everything. We've covered the buckets, the labels, Clean.
Yep.
Trim Plus.
There's a lot to touch on, but that'll be another episode when the crazies get out of the way.
Yep.
I hope we can do a live episode in Vegas when we're all together.
Oh, that'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think just for this weekend, for Father's Day, if you don't have, prior proper planning, you can always pick up a gift card for that. Yep. And just have fun. Just have fun this weekend. Just have fun cleaning the cars. we're not building rockets. I mean, Mike G might be, but the rest of us aren't.
You got any plans, DJ? You're the father out of the three of us.
I am. My wife is out of town. She gets back at some point Sunday.
Okay.
Good time.
I actually have the house to myself right now. I dropped little man off with Grandpa. Yeah. So tomorrow, I gotta work in the morning. I gotta deliver a car. Little man's gonna come home around 2 or 3. Him and I are gonna go have a boys' night. I think we're gonna, I don't know, just maybe go see a movie, go grab some dinner and ice cream since Mom's not in town.
Man, what a night!
Nice. Yeah, dude.
I want DJ to be my dad.
Dude, no. Oh man, I can't even tell you guys how cool it is being a dad, man. Like I literally, I still tell Teresa, I'm just like, man, like I had no idea this was gonna be that cool. Like I was like, man, I should have been a dad a lot sooner.
I love when DJ calls me just to tell me like something cool that Aiden did, or he's like, dude, you know what? You can tell he's a proud dad.
Oh, dude,
we got the random messages, but like, check out these points in basketball. I'm like, oh, geez.
Exactly. Man, now that he's in sports, man, my weekends are definitely different than they used to be. I from being the person who played the sports to being the person I still coach, but now I get to be just the dad on the side.
Shane.
Hey, Shane. Dude, it's awesome, man. Just seeing your kid have success in anything they do, and just being their biggest supporter, no matter.
That's pretty funny.
Bradley's probably laughing at himself sitting in the middle of Atlanta airport.
I've had this up. I noticed this, but I've had this up the entire time we've done this podcast, all 27 episodes of it, I think. But it's the first Friday the 13th where this one's applicable.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I didn't realize that. Sick. I love that.
I should have wore the TRC shirt. Dang it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yesterday, Aiden hit some really long basketball shot out in the driveway and goes, Dad, send that to Bradley. It was like, because Bradley was here 2 weeks ago and Bradley was like, talking crap to my 5-year-old. He was like, but no, it was great, man. He, anytime we're on FaceTime or something with Bradley, I make sure Aiden comes over and says hello. And obviously,
Uncle Brad's a cool dude.
We got to hang out with Bradley and his family down at Disney a couple months ago, so that was a good time.
Nice.
We can also buy the shirts as well. If you want to rock the swag,
like these shirts.
They're not just for any, we can. They're not exclusive. Anyone can get these.
No, a lot of people message me though, because I don't know if they don't know my sense of humor, but I posted the picture when I got this shirt, and I said, "Oh, my employee welcome package arrived," and I got so many messages. You work for ADS now?
I mean, after last year, we were claiming you as a dependent.
I can't believe that picture I found today of tacos and beer. I didn't know I ordered 4 full-size margaritas at one time.
Yeah, that's one full photo, and nothing from me and Bradley is in that photo.
Nope, just me. Tacos and 4 margaritas.
I do love this for the, no pun intended, the OGs. I think it's the same supplier.
Oh, does that say Obsessed Garage? Oh, never mind. Armour Detail.
I have a.
I feel like this is a Jeff doing.
Oh, Jeff. Yeah, it's a Jeff doing.
Look at the car.
I mean, they are nice. Like, you can't knock Obsessed Garage. Like, if Matt says something's nice, it's usually pretty nice. You got to give him that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I will disclose if I'm on the payroll. Do not worry. Mm-hmm. There's only one payroll that I'm on, and they don't know that I do a podcast. So.
Yeah. Same.
But no, man. In all seriousness, thank you guys. I mean, to everybody that does these shows, I know it's not easy. It's a big commitment doing this every week, for you guys. So again, thank you for all the things that you do. Thank you for the light that you bring our industry. Especially like a small business like ours, it means the world to us to have the relationship that we do with you guys, with the detail community. Again, so thank you guys for everything behind the scenes that goes on. Nothing but positive things, and I'm ready for Vegas.
Yeah, man. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us, and thank you for helping. You can pull the Jeff out of but thank you for trusting our platform to come on and use it as kind of a platform to discuss your new products that launched today, and answer the questions that people had. And if you have any more questions, put them in the comments after this live is over. And I'm sure Brad and DJ will come in and check on them. If not, we can forward those off if you've got any questions, or if you've got questions after you receive your Clean and your Trim Plus, let us know and we'll get those questions answered.
Yeah.
And the giveaway winners, don't forget to reach out to DJ. And
I got one of them already.
Sweet.
Okay, beautiful.
Sweet.
So I just need Ghost to reach out.
Right on. Oh, we know where to find him. He's everywhere.
I like this, Ryan. So yeah, everyone have a wonderful Father's Day weekend. Stay safe, and again, just enjoy cleaning your car. Have a good time.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.
See ya.